Yo, guys, no, never mind me touching my boob all the time. It's really sore. I don't know what's going on. So, the entire night, I went through the pains. My mom kept checking up on me and all that. Mind you, the 4th is also my father's birthday. So, my daughter was born on the 4th, um, on my dad's birthday. So I went through the pain throughout, and early morning around 8 o'clock to 9, my mom was like, Tepang, you've been in labor pains for too long, child. I can't put my hand in to check you or anything. So I'm gonna go call my friend. There's this other lady, she lives 2 houses away. She's like a mother to me as well. Her name is I call her Osmibon. She's my mother's friend. They've been friends for years. So she knows these things. She knows what remedies to put together in order to induce labor or in order to assist you with certain things, even traditionally related stuff. So my mom called her in, and she was like, take 1 egg, boil it, and throw the cup behind her. It should be a glass that will be able to break when I throw it behind me. So they boiled that egg, and I drank the water that they boiled the egg with, finished it, and then threw the cup behind. The cup has to break, or rather the glass has to break. After that glass broke, guys, yes, like culture is just, it's amazing. It's amazing how I could have gone to the hospital, been given injections to induce the labor and all that. An entire egg managed to help my cervix open. But then I called my partner to come as quickly as possible. We drove literally from Manseville, where we call home, to the hospital. It's like 15 minutes away, but we made it there in 5 minutes, literally in 5 minutes. My man is a fast driver, but that day he was beyond. So we got there, and it was just me and him. Unfortunately, during COVID, people couldn't, travel along with to hospitals because they were not even going to be granted access. So we got there, and I was admitted and taken to my ward and the private room that was booked for me. So I get there, and the nurse says, I'm going to give you a jar. You're going to go to the toilet. You're going to pee, and I'm going to test your urine of how far you are. She literally, I went inside, peed, gave her the jar. She tested it, and she came back with the urine and the test, and she said, you are already in labor, girl. Had you not come now, you would have maybe seen your baby fall off or fall out of your vagina or womb. Imagine. Just imagine. So she was like, did you sign up for natural birth? I said, yes. She said, okay, I'm going to start training you on what to do. When you feel this, you must push. When you feel that, you must push. If you want to gaga, you must gaga. If you feel like peeing, you must pee. If you feel like doing number 2 and number 3 and number 4, do them all at the same time. But you need to indicate to me how you are feeling so I can also direct you. That nurse was very helpful until that evil gynecologist came. She was like, she's been in labor pains for almost 12 hours. It's unnatural. It's not good for her. She's still young. And you guys have to now pay for an emergency cesarean. How much is that? They told my partner that he needs to pay 6,000 rands on the spot. And the reason why that lady did that is because she knew where my partner works. Unfortunately, I can't mention that here. So she once asked him, where do you work? How are you going to pay for this? And the fact that he was comfortable to say, I'm going to pay for this cash. She's not on any medical aid because I can't have her on my medical aid as a girlfriend. It's also going to charge more. I'm gonna pay for this cash, and I'm planning on paying this within 6 months. That lady was like, where do you work? Because she could tell or assume or make up an assumption rather that this boy is only 30 years old. You are planning on paying for your girlfriend cash. In 6 months, you're gonna manage to pay 33,000 rands. When you are getting paid more than that. Hi, okay. They stated, if you do not pay it, we are not touching her. We can't assist her any further. Those were the nurse's words and the gynecologist's words. Mind you, the nurse has been assisting me before the gynecologist came. So what changed? It's obvious. The bitch came and she changed things. So he paid the money, and he was told that he still needs to pay another amount after giving birth. Whereas in total, I believe my man spent at least 62,000 rands, if not 64,000 rands, for a labor surgery that costed 33,000 rands. So he was really robbed. He was really robbed. And he was also threatened at the end of the day that if he's not going to pay the entire amount, which is way more than what he was supposed to pay, he's going to be taken to court and they're going to summon him, or rather take their lawyers to deal with him. But anyway, I really hate Life Robinson Hospital, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to go to that hospital. I think my next birth, I'll be giving birth at the Life Hospital in 4 ways, because it comes highly recommended. But more than anything, moving on, I gave birth. We now had to go to the theater. When we got to the theater, there was this, I don't know what they are called, these people that explain what injections they're going to give to you, what acidic drinks they're going to give to you to help you, to help the baby relax and calm down, because apparently the baby might not have been okay, because she had been trying to squeeze through the cervix for a very long time, and yeah, whatever excuses that they came with, a million ones actually. So they gave me 2 very, very, very bitter and acidic liquids that were contained in a very small bottle, 2 small bottles. They were explaining all those things, and I'm in pain. I'm being given things that I do not know, understand, as much as they are still explaining them to me at that moment. I also had to get an epidural. So whilst they're busy explaining all of that, that same bitch, little gynecologist, mind my language, she comes with the forms. They are stated there in bold. This is another thing. I really would not advise people to have kids out of wedlock, because it's embarrassing at some point during the hospital. It's very embarrassing. The doctors that doctor, that gynecologist, proudly and loudly stated, they are not married, so she must sign them herself. He can't sign them. It makes sense. You are right. But why do you need to scream that out loud? I know we are not married. And who said we want to be married? What if we are just here to give one another babies and just move on with life? Why are you creating the pressure? Why are you trying to be the pressure? People are so disgusting. Anyway. Ooh, it's my anyway for me. Anyway, she comes with the papers and she's like, Tebang, you need to sign them yourself. She's busy explaining things. I mean, it's 2 doctors speaking at the same time. Who do I listen to? Who do I take seriously and whom do I not take seriously? Unprofessionalism. Very unethical, if you ask me. I signed them. I don't even know what I signed up for. I was literally just signing. I don't even know if I signed on the dotted line or what. I was just signing. So they now transported me to the theater, and when we got there, that very same doctor who was explaining things to me about what I was going to be drinking, for what, how it assists me during labor, blah, 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 blah. She came, she told me to hold a pillow, and I was supposed to hold the pillow. It's a very big pillow. You hold it like this, and you sit still. They hold your knees so you don't jump, and they punch in the needle through your spine. Or it has to need to hit a nerve, I'm not sure. So yeah, after getting that injection, they helped me lie down and they removed everything that was on me. I had a rubber band ring. I had an elastic, not elastic, a Alice band on. I had what's it? That, yes, wrist thingies. I also had a necklace. They took everything off and they asked me if I could feel my waist. I said yes. They asked me if I can feel my thighs or knees or if I can move my toes. And I tried moving my toes, but I couldn't feel them. I couldn't move them. I couldn't pick up my legs. And they were like, perfect, time to start. So I'm now drowsy and I'm now scared. I'm not even scared of what's going to be happening to me, how they're going to bring that baby out. I'm now stressed about, what if I can't walk again? What if I die? What if I pass out and I don't wake up? What's going to happen? Girl, you don't want to know. Hey, the only thing that I can remember up to date, had my partner not been there and taken videos, they even told him he wasn't allowed to take pictures of videos. Hey, because there was maliciousness going on there. So he literally has small snippets of videos which I will keep playing on here for you guys to see. And that's all we had. Besides hearing my daughter cry, the only thing that I remembered about her, I never got the chance to see her and carry her. They tried to show it to me, but I was just fading. I just remembered how she smelled, and I can still smell it up to today. She smelled like an egg white. She smelled like an egg white. When after beating it, that's how she smelled. But anyway, then now that I went through the surgery, you have to sleep for 6 hours without moving. You don't turn to the side, you don't turn to the other side, you don't bend, you literally sleep like this. Arms here for 6 hours. The food at the hospital, my man paid a lot of money for me to have been eating those things that I was busy eating then. Imagine eating Kellogg's cornflakes with cremora. And yet my man had to pay 60-something thousand. Kellogg's cornflakes with cremora. As if that was not enough. Mixed veggies from a can. You can tell the difference from when you're eating veggies or fruits. You can tell the difference if it's fresh veggies or fresh fruits that were washed and cut, or rather chopped, or is it veggies or fruits that were canned. There's that taste or smell that you get from canned food. Canned veggies with that liquidic or water, salty water that they put in the mixed veggies can, that they use that for the gravy. You could literally taste the corn salty water from the canned veggies in the soup, or rather the gravy. The rice was, guys, the rice was like this. Imagine eating those small portions and you still need to breastfeed. Guys, as if the food was not enough. But eventually with the food clerk, I managed to make a plan. There was this other lady who would deliver food. I became friends with her whilst I was still in hospital. And I told her that before she knocks off, she must deliver me a second plate of dinner. And she was so sweet, and she would do that after I spoke to her and I explained to her, now I'm one person, I eat a lot. And I'm not about to be getting full from such small portions of food. No thank you, not for me, honey. So she would deliver more food for me before she knocks off, and that really helped, because I then managed to be able to breastfeed, and milk would also come out. Hi, as if that was not enough. Then they bring the baby to me a day later after they had bathed the baby and prepared the baby, dressed her and all that. Now I need to start walking, and this is another thing. When you go for a cesarean, you need to start working after the 6 hours that you spent laying down or lying down. You need to stand up and start walking. In some hospitals, they will tell you, "Awuyindawo." You have to leave here after learning how to walk with that incision. I had to walk to the bathroom. Well, I had my own ensuite bathroom, and I couldn't bath. I never took a bath there. I was there for 2 days. The first day was when I gave birth. The second day was when they brought the baby to me, and I was later discharged. I never took a bath. I was like, "Listen, child, I'm not about to get in that bathtub." They didn't have a shower. I mean, for someone who's been through that kind of surgery, they deserve to be standing. How are you gonna get inside? I don't know what those tabs are called. I'll look for the name and I think I'll put it down here. Those deep ones. I literally had to climb 2 if not 3 stairs to get inside, and then like put my leg inside, and the other one, oh, it was just too much admin, and no nurse would assist you. Plus there was this other evil one, this very bitchy one. Bending I'm tanned, woo! Anyway, as if eating small portions of food was not enough to torture me, they decide that some nurse, actually, this other white girl who was a nurse there, and I think she was within management level of the nurses or what, if there's such a thing, but they respected her. So, yeah, she was probably on another level of being a nurse compared to the others. She decided to put in my daughter's file that I, the mother, said they mustn't give my baby formula because I don't want my child to be on formula, and I'll be breastfeeding her. And I'm like, bitch, how am I gonna breastfeed her? I'm still trying to make milk come out. You guys haven't even been feeding me properly. How would I be breastfeeding this baby? And I have very big nipples, so she needs to also learn how to grasp, you know. Hey, that day my daughter cried. The whole day, I didn't know what to do. Like, I just kept doing this to the baby. I didn't know what to do. I tried to breastfeed. She couldn't. One nurse came to me, the one who's bitchy, not the white one. She came to me and she was like, "No, don't do that to the child." Whoa. She even said it in school. What, you know, you are making her irritable. What must I do about the situation? Yeah, so much for 64,000, guys. So much. Hey, then there was this other nurse, the third nurse. I loved her. I forgot her name. A sweetheart. I could literally lick her toes. That's how much I loved that lady. She would come and massage my boobs and help me excrete milk so the baby could suck and learn how to suck. She would open the baby's mouth and help her to hold into the nipple. She would come and ask me, "What's up? Do you need any painkiller injections in your drip?" And I'll be like, "Child, I don't need them, but I need to sleep, so please give me the meds." I was actually getting addicted to the injection that they put inside your drip for pains. I was getting addicted to that because I would ask for it almost every 3 to 4 hours, you know. And yeah, I would always look forward to that lady coming to work, the nurse that I got along with. I would lalela bendim tanda like nobody's business. So second day comes. Now it's already late and I need to go home, but the gynecologist is nowhere to be found. Another red flag, the last one, thankfully. So one of the nurses comes with another doctor who was a pediatrician, whatever, however way you pronounce it. So she asks me, "Why are you still here? Shouldn't you be home? This is now the third day, the morning of the third day. And I'm like, I don't know. My doctor hasn't said anything. My doctor being the gynecologist. Okay. Then she comes. They call her. They call the gynecologist. She comes. She's like, oh, sorry. I forgot about you. Literally. Utsho njalo. Wathi ndikulibele. I was busy with other clients at a different hospital. Anyway, if u right and u ready, ungapakisha impahla zakho, then uhambe. And I was like, child, just like that. Mind you, the more days I spend at the hospital, it means that my partner needs to pay. It's more and more and more money. So they were like, we're not gonna charge you for the third day as long as you are gone when it hits 12 in the afternoon, midday. So I contacted my man. I was like, baby, you better come now. We going home. And we signed out. They checked the baby for different complications, if she was okay, any jaundice, any shenanigans, and she was okay, thank God. And we left. We went home. So getting home, now I need to also adjust to moving around the house, my parents' house. I was so fat. One thing about surgery, you will leave that theater room fat. You will be fat. I'm actually very tiny right now. I'm actually very tiny. You are fat. And I don't know how to put this. It was so difficult to walk when I got home. I would manage to walk when I was at the hospital, but when I got home, fine. Lalela. I think it's also because the bed at the hospital, it can be adjusted. Height, they can make it rise, they can lower it for you to be able to put your feet down. So with my bed at home, it was impossible. So yeah, in terms of healing the incision, I would just wash it with, like, literally for 2 weeks my mom bathed me. The only thing that I would wash on my body was my private part and my face. I could not bath myself. I couldn't. I was in so much pain when I got home. I still feel like either my body was reacting to something that they gave me, or the epidural, or my body was reacting to maybe the entire experience. Because I remember for at least 6 months, if not more, I've even lost count of how long it was. I was sick. I couldn't use my hands. For instance, holding a glass like this, I would have to literally like move both my hands and do this and hold it like this. I would never be able to bend my wrist like that, to a point where I even assumed someone was trying to deal with me traditionally, honestly, because there was no way. At some days my mom would help me eat because I couldn't pick up the spoon. I would have to hold the plate here or eat laying on my stomach, or tummy rather. So I would lay on the bed and eat off the plate. Kanje. That's how bad it was. I couldn't use my hands. I still don't know what was wrong. I never got to see a doctor about that, but it was bad. It was bad. You get me? So guys, advice suka komkuni. Use condoms. Condomize. That is the best contraceptive ever, because I can't say it was a mistake. Hey, I didn't mean it. It won't happen again. I'm definitely going to have another baby. It's not about the pain for me. I wasn't scared of the pain. during my labor. I was scared of dying because I've heard stories where babies struggle to come out, and the more they try to push themselves out, the mother might just lose her life. So, plus I gave birth almost right after that girl from Botswana passed away. That famous girl on YouTube who passed away during birth. And she had mentioned before that she was scared of that, and that happened to her. May her beautiful soul rest in peace. I forgot her name, but I used to watch her. So I wasn't about to go through that. I was super scared of that. So yeah, that is what happened. And yeah, guys, my baby has been the best thing that's happened to me. And for those of you who do not know her names, her dad decided to name her Tlhonolofatso, which means a blessing. And I decided to name her, I wanted to name her April because she was born in April, but I was like, that's too common. And then I decided to name her Amora. And a lot of people stole that name after I named my daughter Amora. Everyone wanted to name their daughter Amora. And annoyingly so, it's people that know me and people that I know. But anyway, my friend always says I'm very petty. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I feel like people, these are the girls that named their kids Amora. They don't even know why I decided to name my daughter Amora. It's a Spanish name that you give. It's a nickname actually that is used by Spanish people, I guess, since it's a Spanish name. For you give it to a baby girl if you do not know what to name them, or if, like, for instance, like myself, my nickname is Sasa. That's not a name that you can put on an ID. If those who have that name on IDs do exist, then I guess, I don't know, but that's not the kind of name that you put on your ID. So it's a nickname, like a plain nickname, just that a name that you can literally throw around, apparently. So Wikipedia might be wrong, but that's the information that I got because I researched the name for a very long time, for months and months and months, because I wasn't about to name my baby a name that didn't have meaning. And I wanted to name her April at first, and then I also wanted to name her Ariel. And I was like, woo, they are gonna tease her. But don't want to Ariel. So I was honestly looking for a name that will start with an A. So the meaning behind that is A is the first letter of how many letters are there? 26. Yes, it's the first letter. So she's my first child. That is why I wanted a letter that started with an A. She's the first of many, not many. First of two, if there's going to be another one, which I wish will be. And the name is Amora. I guess us South Africans can pronounce it that way in respect of how our English, the diversity of our English accents. We could say Amora, but according to Wikipedia, or my understanding from the knowledge that I grasped from the research that I made to get the name and understand the name, or where it's derived and all of that, you do not pronounce the R. You do not say Amora. No, it's Amora. Amora. Yes. So it's just like mi amor and mi amor, my love, Amora, love. So I named her Amora because she brought love into my life. And I still believe till today that as much as I met her dad before I met her, she has brought love into my life, love in a form of her dad, and her dad brought her into my life. So yeah, I named her Amora because of that. And that's why I hate the fact that other people are naming their kids Amora and they do not even know why. It just sounds nice to you and you decided that, no, I'm gonna name my baby Amora. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get some respect for yourself. Don't do that. But anyway, I'm wishing to have another baby, actually. I hope I get another baby. I don't think I want a baby boy. I think I want another baby girl, whom I already have a name for. I'm not going to disclose it because next thing you guys will be stealing the name here. Later, I don't believe Amora. Hey. Please, if you like the name, I don't own the rights to the name, so you can use it, but just make sure that your baby's cute. Please, you can't have an Amora that doesn't fit the definition of the name. Well, he or she might fit the name, but you can name. Ooh, come on. Come on. And the only reason why I accepted my partner's first name, which he gave to our daughter, which is Klonalafazo, as I repeat, is because blessing, love. I took it because I was like, thank you, Lord, he came up with this name. You, God, blessed me with love. Something that I had always been praying for before I found my partner and before I had my daughter. So yeah, that's the only reason I was like, yes, baby, we keeping this name. And I even allowed him to make it her first name, because it's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. And my daughter's now 2 years and 5 months. She's gonna be 3 next year, and when she turns 5, hopefully we'll have another baby. Unfortunately, my boyfriend doesn't want another baby, as he has stated before that even if we were to get married, he's not looking forward to having another baby. But I want another one. I want another baby. I want another little me. Wouldn't you want someone who looks like me as your baby? Okay, guys, let me close off this. If I were to give an advice to those who are pregnant right now and are looking into giving birth at a private hospital, make enough research, baby. Make enough research, because honestly speaking, my private hospital experience was just similar to the experience that are horrific that I've heard of people who gave birth at public hospitals. I feel like I could have gotten the same experience had I gone to a public hospital that I got at the private hospital. The only difference is that I have privacy. You know, I had my own private room, I had my own ensuite, and yeah, I guess that's what you pay for. Besides that, experience was just the same for me. Nothing exclusive, especially not at that hospital. Yes. So make a lot of research. Learn about how about you pay rather for the C-section. What happens if you give birth naturally? I feel like it's better to pay that 38,000 rands, which I think is the cost today, compared to when I was giving birth. 36 to 38,000 rands for cesarean, and then you give birth naturally. Then they owe you and not the other way around. And also find out payment plans. Also find out, do research when it comes to doctors as well. Choose. I only found out later that I actually had the right to decide, I don't want this doctor, I want that doctor. So choose your doctors wisely. And I would honestly advise that you get a very good male gynecologist. Men are gentle. Male gynecologists are very gentle. My mom said this too. And she also wished that I had a male gynecologist, but unfortunately my partner was like, I'm not going to be paying for a man to be checking out your pussy. So yeah, I had to find that she-devil, and life goes on. And more than anything, don't buy a lot of things for your newborn. We bought so many gadgets. let me not say gadgets. We bought so many things. We had that rocking chair. We had that stool that helps them learn how to sit. We had that other rocking chair that has those toys and it makes her sleep. She never used those. We bought a baby bed, a cot. She never used those. We bought toys. She's only starting to use them now, and they are irrelevant right now because she's old and she's outgrown them. We bought so many bags as well. What else? A lot of clothes. The things that I would say you must invest in: nappies. And if you're looking into giving your baby formula, maybe you have to go to work very soon and whatnot, formula. And more than anything, I would also suggest that you don't take the list that the hospital gives you seriously, because most of the things that they put on the list are provided by the hospital. I don't know what the nurses do with the ones that are provided by the hospital, because I went there with pads. I went there with cotton wool. I went there with surgical spirit. I went there with what's it called? What are they called? Tapes or what? The ones that cover your incision. I went there with a lot of things and I never used them. Never. And there's also another thing that I would love to suggest. When you after giving birth, you bleed for a very long time, obviously. Don't use always Cortex or any of these brands that are normally used for regular menstruation and whatnot. There are these maternity or post natal pads from Clicks. The best. The best. So comfortable. You could literally sleep in those and feel like you have nothing underneath. So soft. Listen, top tier, top 2, and definitely not 2. So yeah, that's my advice from me to you. And prepare for the day when it comes, because it might catch you by surprise, honestly speaking. And talk about the finances. It's very good to communicate about the finances, because you never know what you might be faced with when you get there. Yeah. Also have an option where you have an extra amount on the side where you can decide last minute hours that this hospital is incompetent, so let's go back to that hospital, pay at that hospital, get a bed or reserve a room at that hospital for my birth, and leave this one. These ones will refund you, but make sure you understand the policy and conditions of such things, because the fact that you pay at a certain hospital and last minute hours, you do not even have an option or a choice of instantly changing doctors or hospitals. The only time that they can change hospitals is when you say, I can't afford it. Then they refer you elsewhere. And yeah, we need to know our rights as parents, as mummies, and always demand that they give you top tier service, because you are not getting it for free. You paid it. You paid for it. So don't even feel sorry. Beep that bell every 5 minutes. Tell them, oh, I'm trying to fart, but the fart is not coming out. I was trying to switch on the aircon, but it's not switching on. Please switch it on for me. Oh, I'm trying to drink water, but my nails are painful. Please get me the glass. Udefe, because you are paying. You are paying to get the service that they render. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video, and more than anything, I hope you like this video and you do subscribe, become a Harneeeey and a girl. I hate that I like saying girl, because I've started watching this Atlanta girl. Her name is Kyra Ominik, and I'm influenced. Okay, so become a honey and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. More than anything, don't forget to interact, comment, and share your stories as well. I would love to listen to your stories, or read them rather. Yeah, I'll catch you guys when I'm pregnant again.